Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Jasmine and welcome to Attentive Reviews. One of these days I'm going to get that right. So today we're going to be talking about a TV series that I love so much. So it's called Altered Carbon. It is a cyberpunk futuristic show on Netflix. We're mostly going to be talking about season 2 because that one came out this year. I would have to rewatch to talk about season 1, and I feel like it's so hard to dive into. I was gonna talk about both seasons, but I feel like the video would be too long, so we'll just talk about season 2. So, season 2, 8 episodes, and if you want to understand how it is, it's like Blade Runner and Fifth Element. It's like that type of futuristic steampunk style, kind of gritty, not super pristine unless you're looking at the rich people. Which they didn't really plug into this season. So let's talk about the main cast. So you have Anthony Mackie plays Takashi Kovacs, and Takashi Kovacs changes bodies every season. So last season it was a white guy whose name is escaping me. Picture will go here. You have Renee Ellis Goldsberry, who plays Quell Chris Falconer. Quell Chris Falconer, yes. And if you know that name sounds familiar, she plays Eliza. No, she plays Angelica. Oop, wrong sister. She plays Angelica Schuyler from Hamilton, the musical. Amazing voice. You have Chris Connor as Poe, and then you have Simon Missick as Trep. Simone, oh my goodness, I read that wrong. Simone Missick as Trep. I felt like I knew that I was gonna mess it up. Leila Lauren as Danica Harlan. That's like the main cast. There's a few other people that's in there. That's like the main people we follow. So this series is based off a book by Richard K. Morgan, which I kind of want to read, but like they took liberties with how they did the story with certain characters. It is a very mature series. M for mature, like a capital M. If this was a movie, it'd be rated R. There's a lot of nudity, a lot of violence, a lot of cursing, and creative ways of dishing out punishment to people. So the gist of the show is this is 400 years in the future at this point, and everyone can switch bodies. Their personality, their brain waves, their essence is all in a chip in the back of their head, giving you Matrix vibes, right? And I think it is called a DHF or a stack. It's called a stack. Stack is the chip in the back of your neck. And you can transfer it from body to body. Your essence can be transferred across the galaxies and across the stars. So when we start season 2, you are meeting Takashi Kovacs, and not in the way you would meet him. And he's hired for a job. Now, if anyone remembers season 1, this is also how season 1 started. We meet Takashi Kovacs, and he's hired for a job, and he's not in the body he expected to be in. And the job always takes a turn for the worst. And it's always a murder. I really noticed this. It's like a film noir, but like futuristic. I love this. So the person who hires him ends up murdered. So now he wants to figure out who murdered him. Is his past still haunting him? Will he be able to find his unrequited love? And the I don't want to say shenanigans, that sounds goofy, but the hijinks of the whole situation, and it's like tense, like high level stakes. Like people are dying, like not just the meth suits, which is what they call the bodies that you can switch in and out of, because some of them can only have one body. While other people, if they're rich, can make clones of themselves. So if they die, they can just reboot in another body. Clean, done, and done. So, most of this takes place on Harlan's world. Danica Harlan is the daughter of the original Harlan who started the whole planet. And she is the president, empress. I don't know what her title is, but she runs everything. And she comes off as kind, but also very mischievous and manipulative. And you don't know her full intentions until later on. So that's always like she's an interesting character. And like it's interesting seeing the dynamic switch in each episode when you're focusing on main characters and side characters, and how it's like a power struggle almost. It's like it's unbalanced. And there's so many things happening. You have the murder, you have other murders, you have the military, you have a war that's ending, political struggles, people just wanting to be themselves, gangs. It's all the things, all the things. Poe is an AI, and if any remembers from season one, he's an old AI. And you all know, like computers, if you have something running for too long and you don't clean it or back shoot it and make sure there's no viruses or anything, it starts glitching. And he is glitching so bad. But it adds personality because he acts like a person who might be having dementia. But not dementia, because dementia is different, and I don't know anyone who experiences dementia, so I don't even know how to describe it without sounding stupid. But like he's an artificial intelligence, but he feels and reacts like a person. And his motivations seem like what a person would be motivated to do, if it's good or bad or stupid. Um, so I feel like I revealed a lot, but not enough that would spoil anything that's happening in this show, because it takes some weird turns, and it's some good weird turns. And it makes you wonder, where are we going for season three, if there's going to be a season three. The way the show ended is just like kind of half open ended, where you're just like, do I understand what just happened? Do I know what just happened? I'm confused. And so I love the show. If you're smart, you'll watch season one and two back to back. I watched season one after it came out last year, and then watched season two after it came out this year. If I didn't watch it back to back, which probably would have been smarter, but then I would never have been enticed to watch season two if I'd never watched season one. So the show did come out a couple months ago. I want to say, I don't remember if it came out February this year or like April this year, but it was before we got into early stages of the pandemic. So it gives you a mild time frame. I don't know what the budget is for this show, but my goodness, money was spent well. Like the scenery, and it just makes you feel like you're in the world almost. So I highly recommend this show if you like sci-fi, and it's like gritty sci-fi. Like you get into some morals and ideologies, and how far would you go for your beliefs? Like how much are you willing to risk to do the right thing or the wrong thing, but you think you're correct, you know? Man, like it makes you really wonder, like, is war worth it? Like, what is anyone's personal gain from it? It's so many things discussed in such a small amount of time. Like each episode's almost an hour, so it's like an 8-hour film almost. 8 episodes. But then you want more. You're like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm missing something. So I highly recommend this show if you like futuristic things, if you like ideologies being tested, and you want to know the decisions you make. What are you going to deal with the consequences that come from it, or are you going to ignore it? So I highly recommend this show. I love this show. I was sad that I waited so long to watch it, but once I did, I was binge watching until the middle of the night, and I was so happy and so sad. Your emotions are going to be all over the place with this show, that's for sure. Netflix knows how to pull some strings, some emotional strings, goodness gracious. So, once again, watch it. Now, if you don't like blood and gore, and you don't like nudity, and, just explicit stuff, don't watch this. Don't put yourself through this because we like the actors. Also, if you don't know who Anthony Mackie is, I feel so bad for you. He plays Falcon slash Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's been in Black Mirror, which I haven't watched yet, on the list of things to do. He's been in some rom-coms. He's been in some dramas. I believe at one point he played a historical black figure. This dude has range. Please, please, stand him. So, highly recommend it. I know I keep saying that, but please do watch it. Like, share, and subscribe this video. Comment below if you watched the series. Do you like the series? Do you like how it ended? Did you feel like there was a disconnect between season one and season two? Which season did you think was better, season one or season two? I'm torn because I have to rewatch season one, but like I feel like both of them are really good, but I couldn't say one was better than the other without rewatching season one. Would you recommend this to anybody? What other sci-fi based things would you recommend for me to watch since I love this series? I want to see anything more that's in this realm of genre. This realm of, I feel like I just said that incorrectly, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So, like, share, and subscribe, and I can't wait to talk about the next show with you guys. So, come back again.